Eurovision performances are always on the hunt for a wow factor. For a lot of people, that means big sets, pyrotechnics, and spending a lot of money.
Hamster wheels don't come cheap.
Correct. Especially not human-sized hamster wheels. But for some acts, the wow factor rests on the performer. So we want to go through some of the most incredible moments of Eurovision athleticism with a New York performer whose name has become synonymous with all kinds of jumps, flips, and surprises. Drag queen extraordinaire, Izzy Uncut.
Hi.
Welcome. You can catch her at Rise, Playhouse, Hardware, Barracuda Lounge, Pieces, and pretty much every other gay bar in New York City.
Yes.
Stumble into one, she will be there and probably doing a backflip.
Or stumbling with you, you know?
Yeah.
One of the...
And also a little fun fact. I mean, Izzy, we've been friends for years.
Yes.
And I believe I was at the very first drag performance you ever did.
You absolutely were.
And
You were like one of the first people that I like became friends with.
You were just on Watch What Happens Live.
I was.
How was that?
With Miss Cardamom Beatrice, Miss Cardi B.
Her birth name.
I was going to say I didn't know her government name.
Her government name. No, Miss Cardi B was great. The show was great. It's the second time I've done it. I did it with Celine Dion the first time.
What a great Eurovision tie-in.
I had no fucking clue.
She said in an interview that a lot of the Swiss population were like, why is she representing us? But then she goes, but then I won. So they were fine.
Then they're like, well, you took it home for us. Thanks,
Yeah.
Steve.
Thank you so much.
But coming back to Izzy, we are going to ask you to evaluate a bunch of Eurovision performances in a game we like to call Cooter Smash or Cooter Pass. So that took some work. So
That was
thank
really
you.
good. When you told me there was a game, I didn't realize that the game was specific. You're like, this is the name of the game every
Yes.
time. I have a feeling today specifically it's
Yeah,
Cooter Smash.
wouldn't it be great though if we were like, no, it's every week.
When we're
you
judging
know?
vocals,
Yeah,
it's
it's Cooter Smash.
We had Hillary Clinton on.
Yeah, the Balkans conflict was a Cooter Pass.
Oh my God.
So, Magnus, do you want to explain the rules of the game?
Yes. So we're going to play you a bit of a Eurovision performance that features an athletic showcase moment for the lead performer. And we just want you to let us know if the performance is a Cooter Smash or a Cooter Pass.
All right.
Before we start, what, if anything, did you know about Eurovision?
I had some friends over and we all were on mushrooms and
Oh
we're
my
like,
God.
what should we watch? And someone's like, we need to watch Eurovision right now. So we started with the Eurovision music videos, which were a fucking trip. I was taken into somebody's world every 5 minutes. It was just a complete different experience. I was like, slay.
Mushrooms, I mean, Magnus mostly, but then mushrooms were my entryway into Eurovision. I can't tell which of the performances that I saw actually happened. Yeah. But they were
You're like,
very
what's I
so-
imagine?
Yeah.
What's real?
Well, you know, they talk about like wine pairings to certain meals.
Yes.
And I think it's like, what are the drug pairings with
Yeah.
Eurovision?
After they perform and their whole teams in those little pods of couches or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they are railing lines, baby. Some of those people were having so much fun at the Olympics. Like, it was crazy.
that win.
They're not drug testing at Eurovision, I don't think. They're like, have fun. You just did it. Do the damn thing.
Yeah, the performance-enhancing drugs that are illegal in Eurovision is auto-tune.
So now that we have a little bit of a sense of your Eurovision background, I think we can begin our game.
First up is Svetlana Loboda, who represented Ukraine in 2009 with Be My Valentine.
The charm that I possess will push you to the test to satisfy my interest. Come over, be my guest. I'll show you to my nest. You're a terrorist. The others may be jealous.
She's thrusting. They lifted her up like a prop. They said, we're going to spin her around like it's color guard. That's hysterical. Honestly, gaggy and very effective. I'm kind of obsessed with her. She's giving Shakira vibes to me.
Totally.
Oh, that was hot. She was up on the shoulder. Oh my God, she keeps going. Ah! Oh, I love her. Oh, now she's playing drums. And they're dragging the Oh, I'm obsessed. Good for her. I'm kind of obsessed with her.
Right?
She's a fun girl. I would tip her. This is a bar. I'd be like, take my fucking money. I've never thought that like a drum set needs to be mobile, but like,
But now, don't you
now-
feel like every drum set
Yes.
needs to be
I'm like,
mobile?
why aren't they?
I will not tolerate a stationary drum set from now on.
Would you consider this a Cooter Smash or a Cooter Pass?
That's absolutely a Cooter Smash.
The Eurovision fans agreed with you. It was a pretty underrated Cooter Smash. It was 12th in the competition,
Okay.
but that's still the top half.
14 years later, she can probably still do that.
Listen, if there's one thing we've learned about Eurovision performers, these people will keep going until their last breath.
One of the previous winners we saw was Linda Martin. I think she's around 70. You will have these like 19-year-olds in the audience that are like, Linda Martin! We saw Linda Martin perform.
Yeah, so and the club in Liverpool, it had two stages that were right next to each other. I was like tripping. She took the stage at midnight
Oh my
on
God,
one
yeah.
side of the club, and it was this amazing performance. And then she left the stage, and then I was very hot. So I was like, Magnus, I'm going to go get a breath of fresh air and come back in. So like I left, took a breath of fresh air, went back in the other side, like out of my mind tripping.
Yeah.
And I walk in, and Linda Martin is giving the exact same performance in the next room.
And you're like, did I just?
And I'm like,
did I just go through time?
I know.
Before Charlie had a chance to message me, I remember messaging you going,
Thank God
I was
you
like,
did.
oh my God, Charlie, you must be so confused right now. You must think you've gone through the time
Yes.
portal.
That she's doing the exact same.
Because also, not only is she
set
doing the same set, she's doing the same
Like,
jokes
banter.
that seem like she made up on the spot.
I mean, did I
Right.
watch the whole performance again?
Of course,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So this is Javine, who represented the UK with Touch My Fire in 2005.
All right. We are sponsored by Mr. Clean Multi-Surface Cleaner.
Oh,
And for the gays listening, that is not for douching.
right. Surfaces, nothing inside.
Yes.
We also are sponsored by Fairlife Milk, also not for douching. A milk ad in 2023 is bold. Hot. Love this dress. The backup dancers look like Guy Fieri. She's cute. I know the lyrics already.
It's a very, very vivid.
Yeah.
All right, now we're at the dance break. She's moving. Some floor work, hot. A little seat rollback. She's gyrating. I like her. Okay, hot. Hot. She's giving me riffs. She's fun. I'm not gagging yet, but she's fun. So
Game show.
starting with the girl that has been absolutely just thrown around the stage. That was tough to be the second one that I'm watching.
Yeah.
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. I was waiting for more. I'm going to go with Cooter Pass. I can't be too nice.
You nailed it. And
And
the
it was
Eurovision fans agree with you.
When she was doing the choreo, she didn't seem like in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The
It's-
choreo didn't feel in her body.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that the moment itself was terrible. It's just that the vocal performance wasn't great. It needed a big something.
It was
happen.
underwhelming. It was
Yes.
a build up to nothing.
It was,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah,
100%. It was not enough to save the fire.
The hard thing about Eurovision is the fact that they cannot lip sync and they cannot have autotune.
Yeah.
Which obviously for the sort of dancier world of popular music can be hard.
Are they allowed to do backing vocals? Because I didn't hear that on hers. Or
It can only have 6 people on stage. That's the max.
okay.
And before last year, all of the backing vocals had to be done by those 6. So that's why a lot of people would be like, we're going to have 2 backing vocalists and then 3 dancers and then the artist. And then we've used up all the people we can have. But now, we see more dancing happen because the backing vocals can be in the track.
I didn't realize they were only allowed to have 6. I watched one. It was the year that we were watching.
2012, is that right?
Yes, Azerbaijan.
And there were these
Baku.
cute little old ladies. They were adorable.
The Russian ladies.
They were so happy to be
babushkas.
there.
Ah.
They should be allowed to have 50 of them on stage.
But
They were
also-
so happy and so cute and waving.
I think that's the beauty of Eurovision, where the first act you saw and these grandmas can be in the same competition.
Absolutely.
So next is Estonia's entry in 2014. This is
Punch it in.
Tanya's Amazing.
I love a girl with a bang. Fierce. Just lifted, just held up, just a solid 1.5 feet off the ground. It's effective. Okay, fun. It's giving me like Sweetener, Ariana Grande, Defying Gravity, like upside down type
Yes.
situation. The bird visuals. Okay, this is fun. I'm turning it up a little. Ah! I didn't even see how she got up there. This man's hot. All the men are really hot.
Yeah.
Okay. That was hot. I liked it.
Impressions, thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm going to
Likes,
go with
dislikes?
a soft smash. It definitely wasn't a pass.
Yes. A
But
Cooter.
I'm not like,
Yeah.
for it right now.
I will say a lot of what you say there, I agree with. This is one where I disagree with the fans.
Yeah.
This didn't even qualify for the finale.
Okay.
That's not deserved. What's kind of wild to me about that performance is that a lot of the things she's doing are what people do in dance breaks. She's fully singing
Yeah.
while
It's
being
fucking
lifted,
wild.
and there are moments when you're just like, how are you spinning around
Well,
and
see,
knowing what she's doing?
And the
not
choreo,
a bad vocal performance.
and also the choreo is actually interesting. Like there are like versions of these moments where it's kind of like someone lined up all the people and they're like, okay, now you turn, now you flip, now
Right.
you do this. But that number, there's a real like kind of choreographic vision to this.
That
Isn't
is
And-
it? She was fully still singing while at like a 45-degree angle. It was good. It was good.
Okay, so moving on to our next one, we have an entry from Turkey in 2009. This is Hadis with Dum Tek Tek.
Can you feel the rhythm in my heart? The beats going tick tack tack. Always happen like there's no limit. Feels like there's no way back.
Oh, this is cute. She's beautiful. Everyone's so pretty in this competition. The guys, the girls. I don't particularly love that there's one guy in like hunter green off to the someone's tumbling. Go off. They came out of nowhere. That was really good actually. Slay, little dance break. He'd be turning. Does he sing at all? No, it's just her.
he's just there to bounce.
I can tell.
Listen, don't knock being just there to bounce. It's what my grinder screen name is.
Just here to bounce.
Just here to bounce.
Just here to bounce. I'm gonna go with a Cooter Pass. He was impressive. I wanted her to be a little more interactive with it. Him being like, I come out here and I do the tricks.
Right, you could have anybody.
You can throw anybody in there that could do a trick.
Yeah, it's a
but,
little
like,
bit
if they
of
have-
look over there.
yeah, it feels like they have nothing to do with the
Yes.
performance.
There is this like category of Eurovision performance where it's we'll just throw a couple of contemporary dancers on stage and they'll like kind of
But
like
they're like on two different stages.
they'll like flit around the singer.
Where it's just like when you try to put both in the same frame, and they're kind
Yeah.
of both out of frame.
It's just like a
Yeah.
giant wide shot, and
will
I'm
say-
on mushrooms watching it. Like,
Yeah.
is that supposed to be a flashback?
Being
why
like,
are they
is
so
there
far
something
away?
in between them?
It's truly. But according to the fans, the Cooter Smash, it came in fourth.
It just didn't feel very cohesive.
Yeah.
When I watch like drag performances, I see girls that can like do tricks. If you're just like throwing yourself on the ground during random parts of the performance because you need applause.
The way people talk about comic timing, there's certain things like a trick timing.
Yeah.
Putting together the videos for this where I wanted it to start like right where the athletic moment was going to happen. Super easy for this one because it always happens in the
Yeah.
same place. It's like, all right, and 2/3 of the way through,
Found it.
we get the break. Yeah, really shock them with a final big chorus.
Now we're going to really fast forward here
Okay.
to 2023.
Okay.
This is Solo performed by Blanca.
Now I'm better solo, solo. I'm never letting down, diddy, down, down, down. Now I'm gonna show you what it is you're missing out. Now I'm better solo, solo. I'm never letting down, diddy, down, down, down.
We got some pyrotechnics. Ooh, the stage has really upgraded. Over the years, they have so much more tech. Okay, fierce. Oh, she's turning it. Yes, kick. Oh, this is great. I love this. It's not like her dancers just doing all the impressive stuff.
Yeah.
She was holding her own with them, dancing the exact same choreo during that dance break. Oh, I love her. I like her a lot. She's good. Also, this dress is gorgeous. I want one. I'm going to go with a Cooter Smash for that one. It wasn't like tricks per se, but it was a very effective dance break.
Yes.
And she was dancing just as well as her dancers. She didn't like employ dancers to like make up for where she lacks.
Yes.
Not to speak for you, Charlie, but I think it's fair to say that we both agree with that. However, the audience didn't quite.
Definitely placing 19th, I would say, was still very far above expectations. And I think part of that story is that between her national final performance and this one, she added choreography and she reworked the entire act. It's sort of like an interesting trend that's happening. Taking a song, plopping down a dance break right in the middle of it, clearing the stage, letting your performer just go at it. Now, moving on to our final video. This is Spain's 2022 entry, Slow Mo. and the artist is Chanel.
Sick of video, watch it slow mo. 우리 힘들이 make you want more.
Gorgeous. I love that there's a jacket little situation with this, so it doesn't just look like the Mugler bodysuit that everyone wears. Fierce. I like what they did with the lighting for this. She's moving, she's moving. Oh, yes. Oh, I love her. Oh, she's great. This is a fucking pop star. Yes, little seat roll to boop, boop. Dramatic. Also, she sounds great.
Right?
Oh, she's hot. She gives me like a Dua Lipa, Rosalia hybrid. Slow mo. Oh, I loved her. That's obviously a Cooter Smash. Once again, she was dancing with her dancers.
They even had like flirtatious moments where you like they're communicating, not just like moving limbs near each other.
Exactly.
First of all, Eurovision fans agree with you. I don't think I've ever seen choreo like that with entirely live singing. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty insane. Like maybe on like Beyonce or Taylor Swift's tours, you see like this kind of level of production, but it's insane because they go 26 songs in a row.
Yeah.
They
And
call
if
them
you're
a
on
postcard.
mushrooms, it's 42 songs. in a row.
Yeah. You're like, wow.
Yeah. And then suddenly Lyndon Martin shows up.
She's on a third stage at the same time.
Do we have any takeaways for, watching those numbers back to back, what it takes to make a number like that pop?
Smash.
Smash.
Pop, smash.
I
Cicero.
I do think it's probably very difficult for men to win. Is that correct?
It's a good.
Oh
and I
my
could
God,
be wrong
I'm
on
so
this.
excited for the Eurovision men's rights activists that are about to like crop up after this.
I think it's a similar thing you see in pop music where it's like, it's really hard for like a male pop artist to try and compete with what Lady Gaga or Beyonce or these artists can bring.
It's the difference between like when you're at a wedding and all men have to do is get a suit. You think about last year and like some of the big like male winners are like they stand center stage, they sing because it's thought of as a family show, because there's both a younger audience but also an older audience. There is a thing of the crooner that doesn't really exist in pop music all that
That's
much.
fair. What are you left with after this little deep dive into Eurovision?
I just love the theatricality of it. It really is a talent show in its truest form. American Idol, it's like you get so much backstory. This is kind of like, here's the one time that all of these people are together doing their thing. It really is based on this one solo performance.
I do wish that there was somewhere that audience members could go to get a little bit more context for the performers they're going to be seeing.
Like
I
a
think
podcast, maybe?
I don't know.
Izzy, thank you so much for being on the
Yeah,
podcast.
seriously.
Thank you so
This
much
was
for having
amazing.
me. Thank you. This was so lovely.
All the mysteries of the Euroverse.